gotta be something.
Yeah. Okay, here goes.
Okay.
All right.
There he goes.
Oh,
He's
going
up.
long.
Okay.
Go
Oh,
on.
he's going long. He's
Yeah.
going,
Oh, man!
Hey, he was all over him.
Right through his hand.
No, coach missed it. Ref lifted it all.
You never know whether it's the coach or the. Oh, hi. Don't mind us. We're just having a couple of beers and watching some sports.
Who are you talking to?
Those ghosts out there.
Well, I don't see no ghosts. Besides, aren't we supposed to be the ghosts?
Come on now, you're gonna confuse these poor souls. As I was saying, sports and beer goes together like beer and sports.
The good stuff.
Yeah. You people here in Pueblo, I think, know good beer. What are some of your favorites?
Walter.
All right. All right.
Since none of you know other beer, then we're going on with Walters. That's right, Walters Brew. You know, back in the 80s, the 1880s, Martin Walter decided to bring his distinctive brewing know-how to the United States. And where did that know-how come from?
Germany. His whole family was from Germany, and they were also all in the brewing business.
That's right. Martin Walter had 4 brothers, and each one of them owned and operated his own brewery. They started out in Wisconsin, but Martin Walter decided to settle right here in Pueblo, Colorado.
First, when he bought that brewery, it cost him $7,000, which back then was like
$7,000.
Yeah. Wonder what that is in dog dollars.
Dog dollars. He built his cellars in the side of a hill. That's so he could take advantage of the natural insulation. And believe it or not, Runyon Lake froze over in the wintertime. And he would use ice from that lake to keep his beer cold.
That first brew that he made, he called Mountain Dew, which was way different than the Mountain Dew that you guys know about. It had a kick to it.
Talk about doing the do.
But wisely, I think, he decided to change the name to Gold Label.
Yeah, and that label was really successful. He shipped it all over the United States. He was so successful, in fact, that he was able to build his family a real fancy home. Are you familiar with the Abriendo Inn? It's over there on. That's right.
Well, as he was saying, that was their family home. So they were doing pretty well until about 1916.
What happened in 1916?
Well, in 1916, for some inexplicable reason, Prohibition came to Colorado before all the rest of the country. And what, you might ask, is Prohibition?
Yes, I might ask that.
Well, Prohibition was an amendment to the United States Constitution which prohibited the production, sale, and distribution of, what do they call it? Intoxicating liquor.
Oh, so you might imagine then that if all that was going on, things for Mr. Walter probably went downhill.
Well, yeah, he had to try to diversify a little bit. He started producing a non-alcoholic brew that he was like a near beer, and he called it Wort. Back in Germany, I think they pronounced it Wort.
Oh my! You could probably imagine that it tasted like a wort.
Oh no, come on now.
For me, it's either real beer or no beer. Because near beer ain't beer.
Well, Prohibition suffered on for several more years until 1933, when another amendment to the United States Constitution repealed it.
But Mr. Walter passed away in 1920.
Yeah.
So he probably didn't get to see his brewery back into full production.
He didn't, that's right. But his son did. Martin Walter Jr. Put it back into production as soon as Prohibition was over. thus preserving that wonderful experience for the rest of us.
But-
It was called the
But the brewery closed down again in 1975.
But in 2014, a group of wise Pueblo citizens acquired the name and that original Pilsner recipe from the Walters descendants and put it back into production. And so now you can enjoy it.
So that means just a couple blocks over, you too can enjoy that distinctive flavor of Walters Brew at the Walters Brewery tap room.
Yeah, it's just down there past the new police station around the corner there.
That's right.
Yeah.
But you folks need to go that way.
Because the ghost walk is not over yet. And since, as I told you before, you're ghost, so you need to ghost walk. So,
Back to the game.
yeah, let's get back to it.
Thank you.
Don't worry, though.
Thank